Hey friends, welcome to the Stationery Cafe, your podcast for everything stationery, journaling, and planning related. This is April from Penguins Creative, and we have Kelly from Kelly Love Letters here with me today. We're going to talk about living the analog life and fun things in the community. So join us with a drink and let's chat about what's new in the stationery world. Hey Kelly, how's it going?
Hey April, it's good. I feel like we got a lot to say today.
We literally just got back from like a super busy weekend. But first, what are you drinking? I wanted to share mine.
Got my Polar lemon.
I'm
I,
finishing up the little seltzer that I have left because
that
I
was
was
like the
like,
littlest amount. There was nothing in there. What do you?
it takes time for me to
Oh my
drink.
god! Just down it. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's okay. It's fine. We're semi child friendly. Um,
Right.
I'm
Oh,
I'm too tired today to edit that out.
depends on the kid.
But today, because I had
Oh,
I had a day, so I'm
yeah.
I'm
Can we
like
talk about this?
I'm
Because
go-
she wanted to wait until we started recording, and I'm
I'm
like,
going
what are
all
you talking about?
out and just treating myself today. YOLO Valentine's Day.
Hell yeah.
Also had a long day, so I'm drinking some Dotor Cafe Olay that I have hoarded from my Japan trip last November.
I love that you just have kept that. That's great.
It's so cute. So, Kelly and I were both at California Pen Show last weekend
Woohoo. That's
from
basically what we're going to talk about. So if you're not into that, you
this
you
this
know where
ep-
to leave. I'm
this
kidding.
Kelly. We're starting off with all the wrong foot today.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just feeling spicy today.
It's okay. So we were there from Thursday till like um Sunday, but we both stayed till Monday because we were like sharing the room and we were like, okay, let's just take it easy so we don't have to rush on Sunday.
Right.
So I had a long day because I was also supposed to fly back on Monday.
Yeah, you were
I
supposed to be like a later flight because you were doing stuff with your boss.
Exactly. I was visiting my team down in Long Beach, which I've actually never visited since working at my current job. So it was super fun. Like I had a great like morning, like trekking down there. Like I've heard all these things. It's funny. Everyone warns me about LA traffic, the infamous LA traffic, but
Yeah.
I've experienced none of it. Like
Well, it was Super Bowl weekend. Come on.
every leg of my Uber ride or like friends driving or my boss driving. It was so smooth, even on
Wow.
Monday. But anyway, I had a good time. I went down there. My flight was supposed to be later in the evening because we were gonna just hang out down in Long Beach till like 5-ish, and then I thought, okay, I could like shoot back up to LAX, get there around 7, just in
Mhm.
time for my flight at 9 p.m. and LA traffic did not happen, so I got there earlier than I thought. I got there at like 5:30.
Oh my God.
Um, so I was there, and I was actually begging the check-in counter, like, "Oh, can I like just switch my flight to like an earlier one?" There were two earlier Seattle
Oh,
flights,
yeah, sure.
but unfortunately, because I got like the saver ticket, so they couldn't let me, switch.
Damn.
I know it was a kind of like a missed
That
opportunity. I was like,
sucks.
ugh. And like if I have to buy the new ticket, it's $389 to fly back to
What?
Seattle. I know,
Oh
right?
man, that's crazy.
So
What?
obviously I thought, okay, I'll wait. I'll wait,
Yeah, of
9 o'clock,
course.
no big deal. I have film on my Netflix, on my iPad. I could spend this 3 hours just binge watching K drama like I
Speaking
do.
of, well, speaking of Netflix, really quick, if anybody's watched You, I binged it on the airplane. So talk to me because I've watched it all. Okay, anyway, continue.
That's such a creepy show. I would not watch
It's
it.
so good though.
I know like the premise and I read about it in like synopsis, but like it's just too creepy for me.
It
Anyway,
it it is.
I'm
I
wa- I'm
agree.
I'm watching Sky Castle, by the way. Talk to me about that.
I've never heard of that.
K
It's a
drama.
K drama.
Long
Yeah,
story. Anyway, so
yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm just chilling at LAX. By the way, it's like supposed to be
With
the
a dream in your cardigan.
lo-
Sorry.
Anyway, the LAX. This is a stationary podcast, but we're just sharing our story here for a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah,
So,
yeah, of course.
so bear with us for 10 minutes because I think
Yeah.
it's gonna go that long. Anyway, the LAX airport is like rumor infamous for like it's being big, like it's a big
It's
airport, right?
huge. Yeah.
But the terminals are so like ugh. I don't know
Yeah,
which
they're
terminal
bad.
when they're like the chairs are all over the place. There's no like charging plug. People
There's
walking
no.
around just saying this airport is a joke, and I was like, I agree with you.
It's like anarchy in there. Like I don't know what they expect to accomplish.
You know how you always like kind of like I'm proud of like the Portland airport being
Oh
really
yeah, of
nice.
course.
And
Yeah.
I today I came back to Seattle and I was at SeaTac. I was like, oh, Seattle's airport's great too. Like
See,
just
my
having
mom hates SeaTac and she was a flight attendant. So I don't know.
so I wonder about her opinion about LAX. But
Oh,
anyway,
she hates LAX.
I was chilling in my chair waiting for my 9 p.m. flight, and that's when all my Seattle friends are like, "Oh yeah, it's snowing now." I was like, "Oh, nice, neat."
Wait, in LA?
No, in Seattle.
Oh, I was like,
Right,
what?
right. Like up here in Pacific Northwest, there was like
Yeah.
a convergence zone. It
Oh
was like
yeah.
snowy, icy helling. Elliot's texting me like, "Yeah, the weather's crazy." And I was like, "Oh wow, that's interesting." It is cold this weekend, this
Yeah.
past weekend in LA. But I was like, "Oh, it's so warm down here now. I'm cozy in the airport, no big
Yeah.
deal." And so around like boarding time, I checked my thing. I was like, "Oh, what? It's delayed by an hour."
Oh no.
So that's kind of annoying. So my flight's delayed to 10. I was like, okay, I'll wait. And then it came. We
Mm.
filed on. I text Elliot, oh, I'm so excited to see you soon because he's going to come pick me up at midnight. He unfortunately has to come pick me up at 1 a.m. now. But I was like, okay, let's get on the plane. And
Yeah.
then as I walk into the plane, the flight attendants they were someone saying like, oh yeah, the T-Mobile was down today, like, and something like that. And there was some issue with
Mm.
the outage, so there weren't any Wi-Fi on the flight the whole time.
Oh snap.
But I was like,
Yeah, whatever. It's like 2 hours.
thinking back now, that must be like an ominous sign, like just like the beginning of the tragedy. That is my like life last night. But anyway, I got on the plane, started my K drama, just enjoying my flight. I have like a really back row. Like
Hmm.
I thought about upgrading, but I was like, yeah, it's just 3 hours. I can
Yeah.
make it through.
Yeah.
Got my suitcase, got my carry-on the overhead luggage bin, which is like the only thing I was worried about if I had to check my baggage,
I
my
know. I hate
suitcase.
that. And they
So
make you check it.
thank goodness I didn't have to. All right, to an hour and a half in, the intercom kind of buzzed, and the captain was like, "Hey folks, sorry about the bad news. We've just been told that we have to turn you guys back around to LAX."
Why? What the heck?
And I was like, "What?" And the first thing I do is pull up my Google Maps, and with GPS you can kind of see where you're hovering above.
Yeah.
And we barely just passed like San Francisco, like we were kind of at Sacramento area that around that
Hmm.
much. And they're like, yeah, because apparently Seattle's like iced over in SeaTac. They have to de-ice the planes.
Oh my
There's
god.
like tons of planes just waiting on the tarmac. They couldn't even get to their gate. So if our plane goes there, there's nowhere for for them to land or something like that. And so
Just
they're
got a
like,
parachute out of there.
so the
I'm kidding.
captain's
That would be
like,
terrifying.
and captain was like, yeah, there's no Wi-Fi. We need to get back to LAX so we can get more information, from
Mm.
them. You guys could stay on the plane. Like once we get back to the gate, please stay on the plane and we'll
Oh
see
no, I hate
what's
that.
gonna happen. And then we got back. I was just like, ugh. And I couldn't text Elliot. Sometimes they have in-flight
Yeah.
text, and I couldn't even do that. I was just like, I just hope he saw the message or like saw the flight tracker that we're literally being turned back
Oh
around to
no.
LA. And so I was just like, I've already been at the airport since 5. All the
And
way.
what now? It's like
It's like
midnight or 10
midnight.
o'clock or something.
We
Yeah.
land at 1 p.m., 1 a.m., like 1 a.m.
No.
in LAX.
In LA.
In LA, back to LA. And
No.
we got to our gate. The captain's like, oh, they're giving us some information now. You could just stay here. Just don't get off the plane unless you're sure you're like gonna try to rebook sometime. And then I started talking to Elliot. I got some cellular coverage, so I called Elliot and I was like, I don't know what they're gonna do to us now. And then they come again. Actually, folks, we might have to ask you to deboard the plane. This flight is canceled. We're not gonna be able
Oh,
to send you back. Like, and I was like, no,
dude,
Elliot,
that sucks.
it's the worst. And like, that very messy situation where like the plane is like 100% books. There was like I saw there was like about
Yeah.
110 people and everyone with their luggage. There's
Oh
kids
yeah.
screaming,
Oh
and
yeah.
everyone like file through single line off the exit and trying to redivert to the ticket counter to like see what's up with their ticket. And it was just a long queue. It was 1:30 a.m. I was just like,
Ew, that's so
oh.
bad.
And then like I was like got in queue, and one of the ticket guy was like, so folks, you guys could try to book yourself if you think you can get through the system faster than we do, because they're also like apparently several planes were all like canceled. Everyone's trying to rebook through the
Mm,
system at the same time. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And there was no next plane, like
yeah.
until that morning, 6 a.m. This morning, 6 a.m. So I was like looking, but the flight, ironically, was the $389 plane ticket
No.
that I could have bought earlier to like get
But
on an
wait, didn't they
earlier flight.
pay? Didn't they pay for you to like
No, they just like canceled. They say call this number, we can try to
what?
refund you.
What?
They didn't offer any reimbursement or
No,
anything. It's
that
so
that's not
bad.
right.
And people were just stranded at the airport, and I was
What
just
the
like,
heck?
what do I do? What do I do? And I was panicking because I want to get my ticket in before
Right.
the masses rebook for
Yeah.
those first two flights. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna pay $400 for a flight back to Seattle. So I actually had to book like a later flight this
Oh,
morning from another airline to
oh
to
my
to book it.
god.
And then by then it was already 1:30, 1:40-ish. And I was like, okay, my next flight is at 8 in the morning. Do I do I try to find myself a hotel to sleep for like 3 hours? Because if I want to get back in, right, I
Right.
gotta leave myself some leeway between the 8 hour 8 o'clock flight. That
Yeah.
means I have to leave the hotel by like 5:30-ish because of the shuttle and stuff. And so I just like, and I was like, no, I cannot stay in LAX for another 4 hours, 5 hours. No, actually, it would have been 6 hours. I was just like, okay. So I threw money at the problem, and I booked myself a Courtyard by Marriott, checked into this room, slept for 3 hours,
Oh.
had a mini nosebleed because the air was so dry at the
Oh
airport.
my god.
It was
Did you
just
bleed on the hotel
no, I
sheets?
don't know. It was just like I was ready to fall back into bed, and I was like, "Oh, shoot, something's trickling out of my nose." And
Oh
then
my
I
god,
spent
dude.
another 10 minutes trying to like stop my nosebleed. Like I couldn't even sleep, but
Oh my god. That's
got
terrible.
yeah. And so
Did
finally
you take a
made
fat nap today?
Oh yeah, I did. I did. I came home, or when I got home, it was around 11:30. Cookie's super thrilled to see me, so he jumped all
Hmm.
over us, and I ordered takeout. My favorite Thai place isn't open today, which is kind of a bummer because I was looking forward to it.
Oh no.
And so I ordered takeout, Uber Eats, and then took a shower. Oh my god, a shower was like what I needed.
Dude.
The
That's a
worst.
terrible experience.
So I'm back in Seattle now,
Oh my
finally.
god. I was so confused when I saw your Instagram stories because I was like, wait, didn't she leave LA already? Like maybe I'm just seeing this. And you're
And
like, I'm really leaving for real this time. I'm
this
like,
time,
oh, what?
I was so tired last night. I remember in one of my Instagram stories on my account, I was just like, "This is actually only the first trip of the year, and like it's off to a great start. Like I
Yeah.
can't
Oh my god.
wait, quote unquote, for all the other flights for the rest of the year." But man, what an experience! A kind of a sour note at the very end, but having today off was
Yeah.
great.
Holy moly. So
Yeah.
here's something that Kirk Spear told me like one of the first times I met him at a pen show from Penrealm, the Nib Meister guy. He was like, Because I was saying, I think it was at SF my first time, because I was saying, yeah, I'm flying out tonight. And he's like, yeah, over the years I've been doing this, I've figured out that, like, you should just book for the morning because flights always get delayed and stuff. And so you should just never take an evening flight if you can help it,
Oh
obviously.
my
But,
goodness. I never
like,
want to take another evening flight ever again. Like morning is the way to
yeah.
go.
Well,
It
because
was
then if it's delayed, at least there's still time, you know?
it's not like you're going into the sleeping hours.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. It was very smooth this morning though, even though I was kind of stuck in this like last row, last spot, but
Yeah.
with a very tall guy next to me, like half and there was like some empty seats up front, so when I went back to my seat from going to the bathroom, I was like, "Hey, if you want to be more comfortable, there's some empty seats up there." Trying to make him leave my seat, leave my row.
Did he go?
No, he didn't.
Dang.
Anyway, um, but
Yeah, all right. What was that, 10 minutes?
it was about 10 minutes.
Hey,
But the
people,
trip
you
was
can come
super.
back.
The trip was super fun.
It
Kelly,
was.
California Pen Show ended up being a blast. Really, like out of my expectation. I thought to myself before we left, like, oh, this is gonna be the chillest show of all the shows we're going this year, maybe. Like preparation wise, the location, I don't have to stress too much about our merchandise, things like
Yeah.
that. And so I was ready to have a good time, and I actually did, aside from, yesterday's evening. Everything else was actually kind of great. Um, so actually, why don't you go ahead and give us your California Pen Show first impression, since actually it is like their first show.
Yeah. Well, so first of all, I will say, and I said this to the man in charge, Mario, who was awesome.
Shout out Mario.
Shout
He
out to
is
Mario.
the best.
So good.
The best.
Um, and obviously, I don't know, like, I think it was a hotel thing, but basically the first day, Thursday, it was like very weird because it was like half a ballroom and
Hmm.
then most all round tables. So, like, vendors were supposed to be able to like set up and do stuff, but it wasn't really a good, like, it didn't really work. Like, CY was able to set up and grind, but like we didn't bring any stuff down because there's not
Oh
really
yeah,
anywhere to
there's
put
no
it.
place to put product. It worked better for those vintage pen dealers
Yeah.
because they just like open their like pen book, right? Like
Yeah.
on the table and fill the whole thing. Yuri was
Yeah.
kind of like, whoa, whoa, so this is the vintage pen section. She never
Yeah.
goes there.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of vintage pen guys, which of course is fine. It was just like, oh, okay, that's what the first day is like then.
Hmm.
um so I mean, it would have been cool to have like more, like, the setup, the same setup for the whole time, but like also it was fine. Um and yeah, it was pretty consistently busy the whole time. I'm really impressed with how Mario organized everything,
Yeah.
and
Aside from that first day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was more like those usual SF Pen Show,
oh
DC
yeah.
Pen Show thing where it's like a huge ballroom and people could have their own like, long table, one or
Yeah.
two, and
And CY thought
CY.
about having just one table, and he's like, "Man, I'm glad I got two tables." I'm like, "Me too, because I couldn't sell anything if I
Oh
had to
my
be next to
goodness.
you guys."
That's what I was gonna say next. Like, remember how like he used to just have one table and he like
Yeah.
squeeze himself into one corner, and Akane is like on the other side with all the inks just like hidden
Yeah.
under the mountains of displays.
Yeah.
Um,
It No, it was good. We brought so much, I mean, he brought so much cool stuff from
CY
Japan.
from Tokyo Station Pens for first time
Yes.
listeners.
Yeah.
Kelly was helping him out this at the show this time instead of us
I
at
know.
Travelers.
Or
Just
instead of
kidding.
oblation. Yeah, no. April was like talking about how she wishes I could have been there to help set up travelers' notebooks because I'm like really, I was like, oh, let's do it.
You enjoy it,
Yeah.
and I'm impatient about it.
No, but yeah, I don't know. First impressions was really fun and a good time.
It felt like the scale of a San Francisco pen show, maybe a quarter of it, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like organization wise is on par. Like
Yeah.
the way it's set up, the way it flows. People close on time. Actually, you guys are always the last to leave.
Yeah, I know, much to my chagrin.
But everyone else closes on time. Everyone comes in on time. Like I really enjoy the pace of the
Yep,
show. This is the
me too.
least hectic show we've been to. We
Yeah.
both still talk a lot. Like if those of you who comes to pen shows to meet us before. By the way, shout out to so many listeners and lurkers who came to say
Yes,
hi.
of
I was like,
course.
oh, I wish I brought enough of the Stationery Cafe stickers that I could give one to everyone, but I ran out like by Saturday morning. Um, but you know how usually, I guess at the previous pen shows, we've just had very hectic experiences like DC, SF. It's always like flooding people,
Yeah,
like Saturday morning public days. Just you can't even walk the aisle. But this
yeah,
one was an enjoyable experience by many people. I was telling my colleagues that this is the first time I can talk to customers or talk to users for more than 2 minutes. like
yeah,
like per
yeah,
person. I could actually have a conversation with everyone that came to the booth instead of like having to like, turn around to help check out
totally.
the other guy or like, help explain
Yeah,
stuff to people.
it was
Um
definitely like a lot less bit, especially on Saturday. I expected it to be like I was like hyping myself up, like, oh man, it's gonna be the day, like everybody's gonna be here.
mhm.
Which I mean, yeah, there was a good number of people, but it like the fact that you can look out into the crowd and it's like you can see space between people. And it's
Yes.
not like packed to the like fire marshals,
Yes. Yeah.
coming in and kicking
Hmm.
people out. It wasn't like that, which
Yeah.
I really enjoyed. Um, because like you said, it's you can talk to more people and it's just kind of easier on everybody.
Hmm. More space to understand the product. I mean, I guess some vendors, obviously it could kind of mean that, you do less sale, but I really like it and I feel like it's a good kind of like energy all throughout. Um, Definitely want to be back next year if they keep doing
Yeah.
this. And I really just enjoy talking to so many people who are curious about Plotter and like
Oh
also
yeah.
I get to like kind of switch over to the traveler's side. Like for example, we had the stamp station
Oh
and for the
yeah.
past few times I've never been able to stamp. Like it was just
Oh
always
really?
busy. But this time
Oh yeah.
I actually had time to stamp. So I pro tip, whenever you go to like those stamping stations, bring the refills you already buy or like buy new ones there and then decorate the covers. Like
Yeah.
I completely customize my 013 lightweight paper cover with like all the cool stamps. My Traverse Factory turquoise one with like the travel and sketch stamps. And so just kind of like really personalizing them. And I even did what I said I was gonna do. I stamped the diner set stamp on
Yes.
my diner TN at the back. I was too cowardly to do it on the front, but I did it. I did it in the back in a kind of like a side label way, and it looks so good. So I was
I
really
just
pleased.
remembered I didn't actually bring my diner TN because I knew I wouldn't have time to do anything. But I stamped the back of my
You did.
but like now you can't even see it on the camera.
It kind of faded away, like it was because it was the
Yeah.
red ink, I think, and so it's kind of subtle, which I actually like. Like it's
Yeah,
not
me
like
too.
super in your face. So hopefully when it patinas, it shows a little bit more, but
Yeah, I think so.
super fun. I'm glad I didn't have to like haul around so much plotter stuff. If I only mostly brought the samples for those who missed the show, there wasn't really anything to buy. We just really laid out all the sample plotters and let people see and play with the stuff. But yeah, I think my favorite stuff is just kind of being able to actually have time to hang out with customers, look at
Yeah.
their TNs, take photos of their traverse notebook. Met a lot of like people who listen to our podcast and actually be able to put their face to like
Yeah.
Instagram handle. I was able to like save and remember who came versus past year. It was just like thank you for listening and like that's
Yeah.
it. so so I really cherish that part of the interaction. Like in fact, I'm like today what pulled me through was the kisses that Carol
I know,
gifted
right?
us. I was like, oh, this chocolate is like helping me make it through this
For
early
sure. Oh
morning.
God, I can't.
Uh,
What a
and
Valentine's Day, man. That's messed up.
love in the air,
Oh
literally.
my
Um, and I think it was also
God.
nice to meet a lot of familiar faces, like all the vendors that came, like, Kirk as always. We got those Ame Nib Wolf stickers.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
And
kind of really cool seeing like all the same people, Like it's like a little club.
it is like a little adult pen camp.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, because everyone stay at the same hotel, they stay
Like Ian
overnight.
Schoen and his
Yeah.
like he's
And
just
I
so
mean,
cute.
seeing CY, who typically is always in Japan, and he brought his
Yeah.
apprentice, Taku,
Taku. He
to,
was
to
so adorable.
to this show to like to do the grinds. It was just really nice, and CY was able to ferry some of our friends in Japan's gifts to me. Like I think
Yeah.
Akane got me this super cool melon soda pen case. Oh my goodness, it's like a standing pen case with a kind of like a
Little cherry.
furry top here. Anyway, super cute. Um, and of course, some of the Traveler's Notebook stuff that we both got. the
We
special,
did. We
the
did both get
special
things.
Yudo edition. But let's actually move into the next section, which is like, what were your favorite acquisitions at the show? Because even though I know we're
Mm.
both really busy, but I feel like Kelly always finds a way to walk away and then
Oh
come
yeah.
back with something.
So here's the thing, like I was so busy most all 4 days. Like I was the booth babe. So
I had Sunday off. I didn't know how Kelly did
yeah,
it.
it like obviously it was work, but it was also really fun because obviously this is what we're passionate about. We have a freaking podcast about it.
Our friends have to bring food to us. Like our friend brought
Yeah.
matcha. Like
So
it's
okay,
like,
CY and Taku like legit didn't really eat for like 3 days. Like they eat in the morning and then they eat at night, but they don't eat during the day. And
yeah,
I
throughout the
I
day.
find a way to sneak it in because I'm like, listen, I'm gonna eat. I can't just not do that. Like
I didn't eat either. Like I just snack. People could bring me some little candies and stuff. I like eat them and stuff, but I just could not find the time. So friends, if you're seeing us at future pen shows,
like
snacks, well,
bring us
like
a sandwich. I'm kidding. I'm
we'll
kidding.
we'll have a sign that says "Okay to feed." you know,
Yes, you can feed the stationery cafe.
girls.
But seriously, I had to like actually like feed CY in between grinds, and it's like he needs to figure that out. I don't know, but Kirk is the same way. I remember when he came to Oblation, and I'm like, "Don't you need to eat?" He's like, "No, there's customers." I'm like, but like,
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, he's coming to Ablation. He told me
he
he's coming down to
is.
Ablation, so
Yes.
I need to make my way down there.
I'm very excited. I think we talked about it before, but it's April 21 through April 23, that whole weekend, just so you know.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
if you're in the Portland area. Oh, but you were talking about acquisitions, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So here we go. This is wait, I'm going to step away for a hot second.
I'm so excited for you to share the pens. Because of course Kelly bought pens. And
Yeah.
and listeners, you know me, I had a 4-pen quota, so I didn't
Oh
buy.
yeah, please. So unless it's green, right?
Yeah, I didn't buy any pens.
So the deal is I was able to get away a couple times and walk around the show a little bit. And the first pen that I bought on, I believe, Friday night, like I was that guy that was like the last customer. I bought this gorgeous
Oh.
matte Heinz pen. It's the Valentine's edition. To be honest, it's very like unicorny, right?
It's so swirly. Like I'm looking at pink, teal, hot pink, like the super shiny turquoise, like all swirled together.
And
Um,
on the what did they call this?
the,
The band.
the
Not the
band. the band. I know we're incoherent still.
It says XOXO on it, and then there's a
Oh,
little roll stop that is a sterling silver heart, he said.
oh, that's cute.
And then, so the nib, it actually was a teal nib, like, because Heinz does that kind of nib, but I decided to switch my black Nemesine, uh, I believe it's German nib onto there because it takes a number 6 size.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know, because I like that nib and I think it looks cool. Um, but it's really nice. I really like it.
I love
And
how,
then,
and whenever Kelly and I go to pen show, she buy pens, and then that night she would ink it up
of
immediately. She
course, of course.
like no
What are
waiting.
you doing?
I wait like at least 2 months.
Actually, I did ink this one up when I got home, but I inked up the next pen I got,
Hmm.
which I only bought 2 pens. Oh snap! Is this a numbered edition? It says number 9 out of 105.
Wow, nine's my lucky number.
Dope. Oh, well, then it's my lucky number 2 because I'm the one that got
Well,
the pen.
it's lucky for you.
So basically, this is a Narwhal and Kirk Spear collab.
Mm.
Um, so I don't remember who even said it, or I think Kirk was talking to. I don't remember, but I was like, "Wait, what? You have a narwhal? Like, I want it." So it's like this kind of, how do you describe this? It's black and
It's
like,
the same style as the trying to
oh,
remember.
Esterbrook, right?
No,
People
no,
keep
no, no, no.
comparing it to Esterbrook.
Narwhal has one. Oh no, mine's not that one. But it has the little
It's
kind of
got an ink window.
sailor. Yeah, the kind of round little thing on top, right?
No.
Oh no. Okay. Sorry.
I want to say it's the Nautilus, but it's not the Nautilus.
It's
I
not
don't
the
actually.
Nautilus.
Is it the
Mm,
Voyager?
something like that.
Shoot, I don't know.
But the color is very Kirk. It's like
Yeah,
swirly gold, shimmery, and black. It was
yeah,
actually the color of the jacket he was wearing the
yeah, yeah.
whole
I think
time.
that was the whole thing behind it. Gold trim, and it has a Narwhal 14K nib, um, which
the
is
the
really
new
nice.
the new nibs they did.
Yeah,
Ah,
it has like a little narwhal on the little nib,
cute.
and it's a piston filler, So I feel like it doesn't. Oh, there it goes. Anyway, heck yes,
And what ink
love.
did you ink it up with?
I inked it up with the ink that I need to give you like half of.
The show
Because
ink, the
so let's
California.
shout out Franz. Remember Franz from San Francisco last year?
Hmm.
Super awesome guy. He wasn't in charge, but he was like a main volunteer guy.
He did. He managed all the. He arranged all the workshops and stuff. He like did a
He
lot of
said
the.
he's voluntold. I was
I
like,
love
oh
it.
no.
I love it.
So he came over and was like, "Oh, I got you the show ink," because I was like talking to him about it, and he's like, "Oh, here you go." I'm like, "Oh."
That's so
Franz is such a
cute.
sweet guy.
It's
So yeah,
the
it's
Robert Oster
yes.
Sunset,
Oh
California
God, where did I put
Sunset.
it? It's like in this pile of stuff. Oh, here we
It's a
go.
very nice yellow
It's
color.
called Pen Show Sunset.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I don't know, but yeah, I've got a
L-
big ass bottle, and I need to give
LA
April some.
sunset color.
Yeah,
I guess that
it's a
concept.
really pretty, like, orangey, goldy. It goes with Kirk's pen perfectly. So
Mm-hmm.
Franz bought me a bottle, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna ink it up right now.
Nice, nice.
So okay, then the last thing I got. Well, I mean, last pen I got. I only got a couple other random little things. Is the piece de resistance, which I've been showing off at work all day. It's my Sailor Rialo, the witch. So I kept thinking it was called the Ink of Witch pen, but it's just called the Witch pen. which I love.
I love that. Was
Yeah.
that the Bungu Box collab, or was that just the Sailor?
Yes.
Okay, it's the Bungu Box.
It's Boonga Box. It's the one with the kitty on the nib with the little. So it's a cat with like a feather quill.
Yes.
And CY stacked it for me.
Oh.
And this was my payment.
I love it.
Which I'm totally okay with. It writes really nice.
Kelly made a postcard at the show.
Oh, it matches.
Yeah, that matches her pen. She said it's her little Valentine card to people who ask for it. I love it. It says, "Hey babe, you're stacked." and then like Kelly
with a stacked nib.
drew an
Because
illustration of the stack nib.
I thought it was funny, and a bunch of other people did too. I just
We all
didn't.
do.
I didn't give it to everyone because I was afraid it would offend somebody. But I don't know.
No,
Like,
everyone join me in pushing Kelly to make it a thing. Like you need to brand it too. Like this is like CA Pen Show 2022, 2023.
oh
This is the
yeah,
card
you're
for
right.
it, and
I
then
should
so
have done
people
that.
could start collecting like trading cards.
Yeah,
The
little Kelly
Kelly,
trading
this
cards.
is kind of like the prequel to your tarot deck.
Oh, I
Snap.
love how she goes like she just thought of that. She's like plotting.
I am plotting. I love this kind of stuff.
So yeah, it's these three are my pens.
So pretty.
I don't have a 4 pen per year quota or not
so,
quota.
so you're fine with
A
getting
qu-
3 in February.
yeah, whatever.
Nice. Well, I'm lucky I wasn't tempted by any pens.
Yeah,
I
what the
actually
heck?
came down on Thursday too, but I didn't go to the show because we didn't need to set up. We're too elaborate to go into that little ballroom, so
Yeah, no, that wouldn't have worked.
it wasn't worth our time. So, um, and plus it's mostly with the vintage scene, so we
Yeah.
wanted to let them have their space. Anyway, I got to go visit Flax for the first time, like Flax Pen
Yes.
to Paper in LA, and met with Jeremy and Ryan, who are great guys, and I bought the writing pad from Yamamoto that I think you also have, but you got the chiffon cream
The
paper,
new chiffon cream is the paper. Yeah,
and
it's
mhm.
because I bought it from their booth though, but April went to the actual
I went to the
store.
store, but it was kind of funny because they were packing everything up into boxes already to come to the
Oh
show.
yeah,
So it was like half barren, but I got the bank paper Takasago Premium, which is I think the new bank paper. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. People gushed about it at the San Francisco Pen Show last year, so I thought
oh yeah.
might as well. And then actually also at Flax, I saw that they had like a huge stock of Troublemaker inks. And
Yeah, they do. They have a lot. I'm like, how did you guys swing that one?
so many, and so I was like, ooh, I want the ink, but I was like with my boss at the time, and we're just kind of looking around, even though
I'm
she
like,
bought a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy. I'm on a no buy. Like I was telling everyone, I'm not buying too much stuff at the
hmm.
show. I'm not. I'm not gonna buy. Like if I say it enough times, I think I will start to believe myself.
If you say it
But
enough time, then the echoes of you saying it will distract people when you're buying things. That's how that works. I know April Wu logic.
so I wasn't gonna buy anything. So I left the store with just a notepad. Isn't that cool? Like I just bought paper and I left and then I went to the show. Friday went by, went on Instagram scrolling through people's stuff, and then I was like came across someone's story. I think maybe it was Jasmine, and she was just like taking the little video tour of Flax Table, and then I saw the swatches that Ryan did, and I was
Yeah,
like,
and he did a great job.
I was like,
They're really
damn.
good swatches.
I
Oh,
like how you can hold the Instagram reel or like thing so that it stops, so it pauses the
yes.
video. So I was like, looking at the swatches, and then
Yes.
I messaged like DM them like, hey, can you save me like these two inks? I'm gonna get it from you first thing on Saturday morning, and Ryan did, but I actually bought 3 instead of 2. I got hanging rice, a really nice kind of like green, of course, and I'm really attracted to orange ink, so I got mango because actually these two inks, because Troublemaker inks are from Philippines, right?
Hmm.
Um, these give me super nostalgic Southeast Asia vibe. I grew up
Totally.
In Thailand, so hanging rice and mango, it just gives me like mango sticky rice vibes. So
I love that for you.
I just felt like I needed this combo. But then
I
I was
want mango
there.
sticky rice
I
now.
know, me too.
It's so good.
And then I was looking at all the swatches. He really did a great job, and he didn't even do it on like the premium papers. He just did it kind of on cardstock, right? But
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't realize that.
I think, or maybe it might be chiffon paper. I don't know, but it looks really nice. And then I saw the variation of colors in like the sea glass ink. It's kind of like a shift between like brown and green. I'm just like, okay. They're
Yeah, you're gonna have to
light.
swatch these.
They're not that expensive inks, they're only like $15. So,
That's so
and
crazy.
and they're like what, 30? No, 60 milliliters
Yeah, they're a lot.
for
I've barely
$15.
broken into like the 3 bottles I have.
I know. And I love that they don't use glass bottles because it's like very light to bring it back. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like taking up too much of my space. So I bought those. And then I think, did I pick up some stuff from Travelers as I usually do? Even though I work there. Maybe I did. But I think at the very end I've held very strong and I like did not buy anything else until, you know, Saturday night, hung out with CY and you guys for dinner. And then I was like, and you guys were saying how the glass pens aren't really moving, right? Or was it the other
Yep.
pens?
No, it
Like
was that.
it was the glass pens. And actually it was almost love at first sight when CY did the live stream before he came to the US. In Japan, he was like doing a live stream talking about all the glass pens. And I was just like live searching as he was streaming Lucas Mahoney and like how do I get my hands on those glass pens. So when you guys mentioned that the pens were moving, I was like, yo, CY, like, you want to sell me one of those glass pens? So I
For
did. I
real.
got I
And
got
then
the
and then it happened.
it happened. So I guess my thing now at pen shows is to buy glass pens. Because I bought the Bungu Box glass pen at the
Okay,
SFN show
so
last
that
time.
doesn't count for your for I keep calling it your
No,
quota
no, it's
because
not a
it's not a
fountain pen.
fountain pen. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's clear as day. The rule is like, literally, it's not a pen. It's a glass dip
It's so
vehicle
pretty. It's
contraception.
whoa. It's a
Anyway,
different kind of pen.
I love it so much. It's so pretty. It's like pink at the front and like black, and it's got this like kind of
What do you call
bamboo
that?
wand.
Purple? What are you talking about? Pink.
It looks pink to
It's
me,
like a light lavender.
light lilac, which is close to
Okay.
pink.
Oh, there we go.
Okay,
It's one of the hollow ones.
and it's so light, and I just love how it looks kind of like a wand, but it's like not too long, so I can still fit it into my pen shelf situation over there. And it survived the trip, like didn't break or anything, so I was really
Yeah.
really happy. Oh no, I put it in the wrong way. Oh no. No, it's not coming
Oh
out.
no, it's fine. Yeah, I did that too.
I'll
It
figure that out later.
yeah, it's because the glass is well, I don't want to go into it. It's better glass, okay?
It's good glass.
It's like Pyrex.
And then so that was the most of my hauls from the California Pen Show itself.
But then
But but then I had Sunday off. So that takes me to the next section, which is Avery
hang
got to
out with
explain.
Leo.
Avery got to hang out with Leo, got to hang out with Jasmine, got to hang out with our new friend Jackie, who I met at our table during the show. And I got to go to, my favorite thing to do when I go to new cities is not to see the sights, but, stationery store hopping.
Yeah, of course.
You
That's
got
the
to go
best
to
part.
all of them, even Kinokuniya, which you've been to, like in Japan and Taiwan and Seattle.
But they're different
They're
everywhere.
different everywhere, and I and I bought stuff there. I bought like a discounted traveler's notebook, like diary refill,
Which
passport
is so
size.
ridiculous. Didn't you have those already?
I don't. I only have the
Oh.
monthly
Oh,
calendar
okay.
for
Well,
the
see
passport
that
size.
that's fine then. Then it's
I
half
abandoned
off.
it each year though, so I don't know why I did it.
I mean, well,
I was
I get it.
there.
I can't say I'm a better person.
So we went to Leo drove us graciously drove me around and us around for dinner throughout the whole time.
I love him so much. Shout out to Leo.
Shout
Stylus
out
and
to
pens.
Pen Daddy
Sty-
for himself.
we're on the search.
Turns out he was searching for himself, like inside himself. He can be his own pen daddy.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, on Sunday morning, I got up super early and I wanted to go see the Urban Lights, which is this really cool like art installation in
Yeah.
front of the Okay, the locals say it. LACMA, the LA Contemporary Museum of Art, I think.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, there was this. It's like those like, it's like the La La Land with like a lot of like street lights all like in the one place. People like kind of dance between the poles.
I don't really know what she's talking about, but
It,
sounds good. Sounds cool.
well, you'll see my photos. I just,
Okay.
you gotta do the traveler's thing. You like
Yeah.
stand at a really cool site and you hold up your TN and then you take a photo of it.
Yeah.
Like if you don't do this, did you even travel
You
with
know,
your
I don't
traveler's
think I
notebook?
did that, so I didn't travel.
Well, I did it, and I went there, and then we proceeded to meet up with Jasmine and a few friends for brunch, and then we went to Kinokuniya, and then we went over to Pasadena to see Kay. Oh, is she OK Journals now? O K
I
K
th-
E I think.
I
Anyway,
think so.
at BK. So she was working that day. So we went to see her and, do a little shopping. And then after that, we went to Paper Plant Co., which is a recommended store by some of the locals. It was great because, like, during when I was in LA, I just keep getting DMs from everyone suggesting where we should go. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't even know about the stationery store. It's tiny, tiny, it's super quaint. And it shares a little space with like a coffee place, and the coffee looks
Mm,
amazing. But I was like, not wanting anything to drink at that time. I should have gotten a drink
rude.
though. I went to Paper Co. Met Claire, who was working at the desk. She was like, "Are you April from Penguins Creative?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm shy." Like when people recognize me, and I got some super cute stickers because their mascot is this like cute black dog
Oh,
illustration, and um, one of the stickers, the big round stickers. I said I should have got an extra one for you, but
rude.
it was very busy in there. It was like the dog with a bunch of books and says
Oh,
more paper, por favor, and then
cute.
just this this the dog on as a hair on top of this mustached guy. I just thought it was really really adorable. Anyway, I bought a bunch of their little gimmicky things, and then we went to High Tide, LA.
Oh yeah.
Like that has like all the High Tide did the Penco clips, they have all these like lifestyle stuff. I didn't end up getting anything from them, but it was
That's
really cool.
surprising. Probably because you have everything.
Because I have everything from them already.
You're
It's
like,
just
oh,
really
most
cute
of
to
this is in
look
my
through.
closet.
I do. I do mostly have all the things, but it was a really cool space. It's like at this modern like renovated warehouse area called the ROW, and then they had like this like outdoor street food place, but then also like shopping areas around. So that was a really cool store to go to. Um, so I had a good time. I really got to see the stationery scene. Flax, all these places. I think someone was saying like you could also go to Blix, but I wasn't wanting to get any art supplies.
Well, and there's Blick everywhere.
That's true. Well, there's Kinokuniya everywhere too,
Yeah,
but
but
still.
like, what? I mean, is there a Blick? You know, if you're listening and you're like, Kelly, there's a really cool Blick where I live. I want to know about it. Tell, like, because I just wonder, I don't know. Like, it's all
I
right,
like
right?
I like artists and craftsmen more. Is
Yes,
that
me
like a
too.
Pacific Northwest thing, actually?
I think well, it's a chain, but yeah, I don't know if it's specifically a
It's
here
very
chain.
like artist owned, I believe. And so when they were having a rough time in the pandemic, and remember we were saying like, go support them, buy gift
Yeah,
cards for artists and craftsmen. Anyway, sidetrack.
yeah, sorry.
And then
My
finally on
fault.
Monday, I get to go to Long Beach and finish and visit the belly of the beast of Design for America. Got to see Travelers and Plotters Warehouse, where all the magic happens, thanks to Ethan and Christina. And
And that's pretty
I
cool.
I just want to say thank you for to everyone who visited Travelers booth and was very nice to Christina and Ethan. They were just overwhelmed by how nice stationery people are.
Yeah.
Like they didn't know what to well, Ethan went a few times because this was Christina's first show, and she was just like she's never been in like this position like on the other side of the booth, and she
Oh
was like
yeah.
everyone was just so nice. So I just want to thank everyone for making
Definitely.
it a great experience for them. So that was my adventure. Sorry, I had to take a drink of
No,
water.
that's okay. You're allowed
We
to do
talk
that.
so much, Kelly.
We did. In
On
fact,
Friday
today at
nights.
work, like Lexi was like, "Are you sick?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not sick. I just don't have a voice
I
anymore."
know. I sound magnetic myself.
I just sound like I've smoked a pack of cigarettes between then and now. I
It's
don't
like
know.
the same story from the SF Pen show. Remember how I was telling how last year at SF Pen show Saturday night after the panel, I was just like,
Oh yeah,
Kelly, don't talk to
I know.
me.
And it.
I
I
can't.
feel like like I don't think. Oh, it was because I went for oblation, and I definitely didn't talk as much as you did.
Yeah, you didn't have to like explain products like
Yeah,
20 like the
but
whole
this time
day
I
at the
was
table.
feeling it. I was like,
Now you know how I
so
feel.
April and I were like Marco Poloing my friends because I was checking in with them, and we were like, it was like 8 p.m. and April and I are like, we're gonna party, like just saying it really quiet because we can't actually do anything.
Hey, do you want to turn off the lights? Thank you. Like we were rasping at each other.
And the stupid
um,
light in the hotel room kept coming on.
it's really weird. And so annoying. I went and stayed at the Courtyard by Marriott, which is like the more lower end three-star hotel, and they gave me free Wi-Fi. Well, the LAX one didn't give us Wi-Fi at
Well,
all in the
that's
room.
dumb. I think there were just too many people there. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was
they
like
didn't want to give
overrun.
it to everyone. But
Uh,
how was your LA impression? Like, have have you've been to LA before,
I have been to
right?
LA before. Not very long. So April was like, "Cause you're talking shit about LA." I'm like, "No, I just like I feel like I go off of experiences of my loved ones. Like my brother had a very
Oh,
bad
that's
time
right, your
living there for six
brother.
months, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's things about it that I don't like, but I didn't see any of that while I was there, mostly
Hmm.
because I did not leave the pen show. But like
You were in the bubble.
I was in the bubble, but I when we went out at night, I was surprised at how cold it was at night because I'm sitting there in my mini skirt like, "Oh no. I should have worn jeans after
Drop
this."
down to like what 50s 60s on like
Yeah.
Saturday night, Sunday
Which,
night.
for a Portland girl, that's saying something. I just expect, I like, when I go to places like Texas or LA, it's like, I don't bring anything except shorts. I'm like, oh, shoot. There is variation.
We were surprised. Um, we did cool stuff that locals do though.
We did. We went to a taco truck.
And we ate at the parking lot, even though there's signs that says we couldn't.
We were really cool. We're like shivering eating these tacos.
It's like the birria style where you like dip into hot soup.
So good. Oh my
Oh
God.
my god! I was like, oh, I want to eat more of it. It's core memory. I was telling Leo that this is
Yeah,
core memory now.
for
Us
real.
shivering, eating off like Jasmine's like trunk and the hood of her car,
Yep.
just like everyone's just double fisting
It was
tacos with the
like
soup,
really, really good tacos.
slurping down the hot soup
I
was
love
just
the
like
hot soup.
so
Oh,
healing. And you
it
you
really
keep
was.
like holding the Fanta like to your forehead. I don't know
because
what you were doing.
because I had like kind of a headache, so I put it on my head to
Oh,
cool my head.
I know. I had to take ibuprofen both days. It was weird. Like, yeah, pen shows take a
We're,
toll on you.
we're old.
I think that's also right. We're old. And then no, and then like I look around the whole scene and I
Mhm.
see all these other people who are more experienced at pen show and they're all like a little bit older than us, right? Or like, a generation up. And I was
Yeah.
just like so impressed. Like, drum girls, they
Yeah,
haul all their stuff and they
totally.
drive and then you look at all these
Driving
old
like
what
no.
is that word? Oh geezers? Oh geysers?
Oh,
Geezers?
geezers.
Geezers.
Guys.
That see why I keep saying it. Like everyone's just like, really setting
Oh,
up by themselves the whole
yeah.
table and then just holding down the core 3 full days. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's a big deal even for,
we're so
someone that's
weak.
young, quote unquote, like us. Yeah, Dang.
We're weaklings in the scene. We're wimpy
Yeah.
pancho goers. But we did
But we
street
did it.
tacos. Yeah, it was so good. And we did K barbecue
We
because
did
that's the thing you have
KBBQ.
to do when you're in LA.
I mean, no,
So
here's the
good.
thing. That's the thing you have to do when you're with April Wu. She has nothing to do with LA. It's like you travel with April, you're getting KBBQ, which is fine. I'm okay with that.
Hey, I just really want to make sure we get good food, and I got so hangry when Siwa
Yeah.
was slow and packing up on
Okay,
that
let me tell
last
you
day.
guys about this because April, like, something I love about
I
April
was
is
threatening them through
she
text.
she has her food plan, right? She's like, we're gonna do this at this time. We're like, all right. So I'm trying to pack all our crap up. CY packed all his stuff up. And then he's like, he and Taku are like, okay, it's the last day, so we're gonna go look at stuff. And I'm like, cool, that's fine, because you've been working your asses off this whole time. But then they took like a pretty long time. And then Taku had to pack stuff
40
up after
minutes.
that. And then April's
Another 20
texting me like,
minutes.
Kelly, I'm literally gonna leave. Like, I can't handle this. We have to go. And I'm like, no, don't leave. We're just gonna be a little bit like
Because
I'm
in
trying
my
to get them.
head, I was trying to race against the Super Bowl crowd. I did get to watch the
Yeah.
halftime show, like in
No,
the
okay.
lobby while I
Who's
waited for
gonna
them.
but is somebody going to like blow up KBBQ after the Super Bowl? Like, I don't know.
Who knows? Like, and the traffic of
The
people
traffic,
like
yeah,
leaving
you never
the
know. And the
show, or
drunk
like after the.
people, everybody getting wasted, everybody on drugs and
I was
driving.
super hangry, and so I was just like, literally, like, Kelly, what are they doing?
I'm
What's
like,
going
no,
on?
I'm trying to get them to.
I know. I got really mad. I got really like annoyed.
But
don't mess with my food plans.
Yeah, no,
You know
that's
me.
and so we finally got it to work, and she like when we sit down and she's so happy looking with her
I know.
chopsticks, just
I'm a new person. Then. It was
honestly,
so
like
good.
I have very similar energy. That's why every day at work, 1 o'clock, it's my time to go. People
don't
know this.
don't hold me back.
Don't mess with my one. I went at 1:20 today. I was like, what's happening?
I love it. And then actually, you didn't get to go, but my boss Yuri, she's a soba nerd, and
I'm so
she
jealous. You're so mean.
loves soba. She's like she wants to like open a soba store one day. That's her dream. Um, and
Really?
yeah, no, she's kind of like
I love that.
really geeky about it.
Yes.
She was like,
Oh my
trying
god,
to
a soba
feed,
TN?
she was trying to feed Ethan, like teaching him how to eat soba the right way. It was so funny. Anyway, she brought us to this place that she really likes called Otafuku. And then when we got there at the parking lot, I was like, "Oh my god, it's on
I
Netflix! This
never
is the
took
place that
those
was on."
leftovers, April. They were
I
still in the
know,
fridge. No! Did
I
you
know,
eat
I forgot
them?
as well. No, I didn't.
No! Oh, I feel bad.
But it was so good. It was so delicious, like anago tempura, which is like wild eel tempura. It's
Mmm.
so good. We sprinkled it with salt. We ate it with
Yo.
sopa, dipped into the soy sauce. It was. I'm so excited just thinking about
So
it.
April
This
went
is
to
a
like
stationary podcast, but
April went to these restaurants because she had these team dinners. I'm like, okay, I get it, that I can't go, but damn it, I want to
next
try
time,
this soba.
next time we can go and do our own thing. But anyway, it was good. I always make sure I have a good time with food when I go on trips. Yesterday, well, today's travel, or yesterday, I had good food all the way till dinner, and then, the plane
And
thing,
then it was LAX hell,
and then it was like literally 12 hours of
the
like no
second
food.
circle of hell. So terrible.
The loop, the infamous loop.
Oh my
Anyway,
god, I can't even
oh,
imagine. And then you have to go through security again. Like,
yes.
oh god, I hate doing that.
Yeah, held back by all these people with so much luggage and like taking out the laptop, then the tablet, then like this, Anyway, um,
Yeah,
you
what are
said
we
that
talking about?
I journaled for
Oh
one
yes.
hour on Monday morning while I was down in Long Beach at the cafe. It felt awesome. But also, I'm so glad I didn't bring anything. Like all I brought
Yes.
was um,
You
my
brought your
pen
diner.
case,
Oh, that.
my Superior Labor Travelers Company kind of like pen case, the
Hmm.
thin long one. This is all the stationery. Like the washi tape I brought was the tiny Maste one, the
Oh
those
yeah.
like tiny rolled
Your
up
melon
one.
soda.
Yeah, that's it. This is all I brought, and I journal not in my travelers. I journal in my Plotter and
Oh
Arrow,
yeah.
like doing the recap thing that you do. Because
Yeah.
Kelly is so good at this. She
Am I?
every night I'm tired. Just cannot even pick up a pen, and she's on bed like journaling in her passport.
See, I did that like a little bit, like the first 2 days, and then the second 2 days I didn't do it. I was too tired.
I guess. Yeah, yeah. You were counting merchandise. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
it's true.
Oh God. And
Remember that first
money.
year we went to the SF pen show, our first pen show together, and we were even able to do like a live stream podcast on our phone. And
Oh
here we
yeah.
are, just like
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
No, that's not happening.
no, no, right? I know. I'm like, yeah, I can't. No.
That's crazy.
But it was fun. It was fun. I do think this crowd is a little bit more older. I think just because I've heard the LA pen show, the old LA pen shows are generally a more of a vintage pen crowd, and so you know how there's always like the pen show after dark thing. I
Yeah.
think maybe I was just too tired to join any of them, but
For sure I
we
was. I
didn't
feel
we didn't
bad.
really see anyone too. Maybe there were some pen meetups elsewhere, but there wasn't that much of a scene after dark, in my opinion. But
I think maybe there was if we went down. But we didn't
well,
really
I
stay.
think CY went down. There was no one there. That's what he said, right?
Well, maybe that was only one time though, out of 4 nights. I don't know. Like
It was nice to hang out with Inky Rocks
it would. Oh
on
my God, she is
Valentine's.
so amazing, and I love
Isn't
her
she
so
the
much.
best? Oh, tell the listeners about your story.
Which one?
The at the Greek place, the celebrity sighting,
Oh,
and
so
turns out the celebrity is you.
it was so funny. So we were talking. So it was me, CY, Elisa, and Taku.
Mhm.
We went out to this Greek restaurant that was so freaking good. And
We
I know
had
we're
to
talking
give Taku the American kind of Western food experience. That's why
right
we
because
were.
CY was like, "Listen, there's like no Greek food in Japan." I'm like, "Okay, shit, let's go." So we let me just first talk about this restaurant. So it's one of those kind of hole in the wall, like it's randomly on the side of the road. Like the guy isn't really he's not really caring about how fast the service is, which is fine. Like I love it when you get a guy like that that's hey, hey, I want this. Oh, we don't have that. Oh, I want this. We don't have that. And like, but what they do have is bomb and is so good. It's like
Mm,
really good food, but because they put their effort into actually making good food rather than putting on niceties, which I love. I think that's
mm-hmm.
great.
Right.
Really good Greek food, super recommend. And of course I forgot what it's called, but it's by LAX. So why would you go by LAX unless you're at a convention? I don't I don't know. So anyway, we're at this Greek place and we're all sitting around talking, and as we're leaving the restaurant, this woman comes up to us and is like, "Hey, I just wanted to say this is my first celebrity sighting in LA," like cuz she recognized all of us. And we're like, "Oh no, like did we say anything stupid?"
You probably did.
And
Knowing you guys.
she was very sweet. But it's always cool to see listeners out in the wild.
And we came back to the hotel. We did hang out with a lot of people that night. I do remember that. Maybe it was like the first night.
Yeah.
Everyone's less tired, and we got ice cream at the bar.
Ice cream at the
It's great.
bar. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. A good wrap up. I actually came home with like a huge bag of stuff, like even though I was showing you guys just little things here and
Yeah, no,
there.
you like had too full of luggage.
I know I had to bring all the samples. That's why.
Oh, right, right, right.
Yeah. I even brought my own refill storage, the one that I used
Oh,
with all my
wow.
old paper. But I definitely have to like go a little more minimalistic, minimal next time. um, to kind of wrap up this episode, I just want to mention very quickly because we always talk about new items, and there's
Did
two
we even
things.
talk about stationery? We did a little bit.
I think we did.
It's a fun
um,
catch up, okay?
New items. I just really wanted to gush about these in public. Furukawa Shiko did two new launches around Thanksgiving, and it's like amazing.
What do you mean
One,
around Thanksgiving? What are you talking about?
oh, did I say thanks? Sorry,
Yes, you
Valentine's
did.
Day.
What the hell?
Valentine's Day this
Whoa.
February.
We
Valentine's Day.
jumped through time.
Maybe I want to be there then already. Furukawa
Oh.
Shiko, the amazing paper stationery company in Japan. So they usually make these cute memo notes or like sticky notes or like little letter sets. And so they did two themes that were both up my alley.
Mm,
One, Peko-chan, like
of course,
the
Pecker-chan.
cute girl that's usually on the candy, and they collaborated. Well, they kind of licensed it, I guess, to draw Peko-chan with a bunch of strawberry desserts. And there's
It's
this like
really cute.
pancake drizzle with like strawberry like cream. Oh,
That's the best one.
oh, I want that so much. And I want like the sticker flakes. I want the memo pad. I want the letter sets. There's
The
even like
little,
these little bookmark things with the little parfait, strawberry parfait. I love strawberry season.
yeah.
It's all pink like the sakura cherry blossoms. I just love all that.
Well, they kind of go, so, and I don't really understand the science here, but in February, that's when strawberries happen in Japan, and that
Hmm.
is not when they happen here, but whatever. So it's usually like strawberry season, then sakura season, so they're super close together.
And the second theme that Furukawa Shiko pushed out, which I don't know, maybe it's like an online limited thing, Taiwan trip. Oh, love it. Give me all the Taiwanese motifs. You got like the Taiwan beer green bottles. You got like these like homework notebooks, the traditional little notebooks that Taiwanese students use when they go through elementary school. You got the fried
Mm.
chicken cutlet, which is like the one of the iconic snacks. They have that like cute little shopping bag that Taiwanese supermarkets
Is it
like
that red and green and blue one?
retro local markets do. Like they're kind of like this mesh, like plastic mesh
Mm.
material, and they come in like these like stripes, which is like pink, blue, green. Like it's you can see them everywhere, like retro local markets or even places that tries to be retro. It's kind of like a very nostalgic element. The only thing I do want to point out is that they combine like the symbol of like marriage into that shopping bag, and it's kind of weird. Like the
Oh.
the little kanji or like the Chinese word
Oh.
that was on there is "xi," which is like a word that's used to like celebrate what they call matrimony, like marriage. Anyway, it's a
Did
word that's often used at weddings or like red
did they mean
envelopes
to
for what.
do that? Like,
Yeah,
is
it's
it?
just a very weird combo. Like you don't the supermarket bag and that word like it just doesn't really go together. Like where did they come up with that? Anyway, maybe they thought it was like a cute like Chinese word. And yeah, and
Right.
they combined that word into like the teapots as well. It was that was the one thing I do want to point out that was weird to me. Mango shaved ice, just great. Like they have memo paper, and they have this like really
Oh,
vibrant
yeah,
red,
that's cute.
like polystyrene bag. So Xiaolongbao, obviously. So
XLB.
so good. I just love the series. I don't think I can get these. I've just at a point where I'm at memo pad saturation, like maximum.
What do you mean you're just now at that point? That came a long time ago.
Like every time cute things from Japan restocks, I like my heart like skips a beat from fear. Oh no, they just literally updated their
I
store.
know. I
Okay,
I was just gonna say, April.
fruits.
I just went to their site and they just for
They
fun.
the fruits parlor.
So, and they've got this like what's Juwato
Ugh,
stickers.
I can't look. I'm looking, but I can't look.
Circus
No, I'm good.
kitchen.
I'm good. I don't need to buy anything right now.
Cafe time.
I'm saturated.
What?
That's
But
the
what does it mean? What does Juwato mean? Japanese orchards describes liquid spreads gradually. Interesting.
Like,
Because it's like watercolor, so I guess that's huh,
okay.
that's cute. Bonus thing.
And then the other thing I want to talk about was the one I was telling you at the lobby. Shachihara came out with that cool
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Where'd you put that in the show
I
notes?
forgot to put the link in there, but I
Uh
just suddenly remember. But of course, Shachihara would do this. So in Japan, they did a Kickstarter style. It was kind of like those support platform style launch. You want to save a little cute paw print of your pet without really putting ink into their little pads. They came up with a device that allows you to like press their leg onto the pad and it will like imprint the prints
it's
of their
it's like
paw.
the most ultra cute thing that is just so like
And the sample usages, I remember it was like people were stamping it in these like tiny A7 papers and then like framing them on the table.
no, that's so
And the comment
cute.
and the comments were like, "Yeah, I do that." Like frame that into little keychains and then hang it on your back, just your dog's little paw print.
Oh,
And then there's like gifs of like how to do it, and then like you can like lift your cat up and like place him on the pad because they might not let you handle their paw,
hmm
or you can. And there's all these little gif of like the owner grabbing the cat's little paw and like spreading it and like pressing it onto the thing. It's so cute. I was like,
It's
of
just
course
the
they did
cutest
that.
thing.
I have to find a name for it. I couldn't pull out the link, but I'll put it in the show notes. Um, but those were the two things I wanted to bring up. New stuff. This is
It's super
Stationery Cafe
adorable.
podcast. I need to just emphasize
Yay,
that for the third time.
stationery. We talk about it
All right,
all the time.
exciting things to look forward to. Have you
Oh
seen
yeah,
the news?
I have seen the news.
Valentine's Day drop from TRC, which is
Olive is coming for you.
my
Um,
wallet.
so yeah, I'm very pleased that Traveler's Company is re-releasing. And is it part of
Mm,
the standard lineup now?
yes.
Olive, standard size, and passport
And
size.
ah,
And like
yes.
I want to tell myself like no, I know I don't need another passport. I only have two. I don't really need more. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm probably going to get it. Like why would I not get it?
You're getting it.
Like
I'm
okay, thank
getting
you.
it.
Thank
We're
you.
all getting it. You
All
get
right.
it. You're getting it.
We're on
Everyone's
Oprah
getting
now.
it.
And
How
you
can
get
you
it. That would
not?
be
How
cool.
can you not get it? Like people
Yeah, no,
who
I'm not even going to try.
it's the best color. I
Oh,
love.
oh,
Mm,
wait, question though. Here we
mm-hmm,
go.
mm-hmm.
Because I'm such a nerd about the different elastics they make. Remember when they did the
Oh,
blue, when they re-released the blue, the yellow was the opposite color or like
oh,
the accent color. So now that they're re-releasing the olive, is there going to be a new accent color?
oh. If they
Hey.
do pink, that would be really cute.
Pink. Okay. Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, and then they'll come out with a new it's not 010, is it? It might be the insert that's not an insert, it's just like different elastic bands.
Maybe that's right. I
I'm
don't
on
know.
it. That's totally gonna happen. You heard it here
They
first.
they didn't release anything else, but I just feel like they're not gonna stop here. Like they're gonna
No.
do something else with this. They're not just gonna only do the olive,
Yeah, like why would they?
Yeah.
They
But
gotta
anyway,
do
I
more.
I personally am just like super excited because I love my
Yay.
olive TN and I finally don't have to
Be that
answer.
guy that's like, I have an olive.
No, you know
I'm
how like
better than
because
you.
it's so limited, people's been selling fake ones on eBay and people are paying
Yes.
like crazy prices for olive, and it's so nice to not have to see that anymore. Like
Yeah, well, I
everyone can have
mean,
an olive now.
yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
It's pretty
But
dope.
anyway, I definitely will be getting the passport size. And that's it.
Passport olive twins.
Yes. And then yeah, I even if they don't have, is there a pink one on the repair kit? I
No.
mean, they don't have a pink one on there. I'm like looking right
No.
now.
That excites me a lot though.
I hope they do a pink one because I would totally put a pink one on my olive.
They have a red one.
They
It's
have a
like the
red
bright
one.
red. How do
Yeah,
you work for them? You're
I don't
supposed
have
to
that.
know
I don't have.
everything.
Someone was like, "Yay, April, the olive's back!" I remember telling you that I really wanted the olive, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm not the one that made this happen. I don't have this influence."
She has no
Just to set
say.
just to set the record straight, I'm nothing to do with this. I don't have that much power, but I'm excited for what they do though. So that's why I'm as excited as everyone. Getting the
Yeah.
passport size, and I'm glad people can get the regular size and no more buying from scalpers, which is great.
Yes.
And then your event.
Segue into another travelers related thing
I'm
that
so
April will be
excited.
attending, and I will also be attending because I will be working at Oblation Papers and Press in Portland, Oregon on well, it's technically starts on this Friday, but it's Saturday, February 18th is our like we're gonna have a traveler's notebook meetup.
Oh, so
Um,
excited.
it's for the diner event. So the event actually starts on Friday in our store and it
Mm-hmm.
goes all weekend. There's going to be a giveaway. There's going to be the TN meetup.
Mm-hmm.
There's
The
going to be the
neon
neon
sign.
sign,
Ah, you
which
guys are the last stop, right? Like,
we may have gotten it in the mail today and we turned it on for a second and it's really cool. But we
cool.
turned it on and Maddie was like, "Oh, I'm getting serotonin from this. It's like the sun."
It's so good. Yeah, the diner event has been going on since January, and it like went on this tour around all the partner shops, like we said in the U.S. So it started with like Omoi, I went to Paper Seahorse, Good Postage, Two Hands, Yoseka, and now Oblation. So
Yeah, feels good to be home.
it is coming closer to home. I'm so excited. I just can't wait to take 1,000 photos in front of it
Yeah,
with my TN. I was like thinking, do you guys have like cool little props for people to hold? Like maybe like a mug or something? Like
I
we
think
can
we're
just like
getting there.
we can
And
like hold a mug next to the diner. Because I
yeah.
saw that Yoseka had like a Polaroid device that they were like
Oh,
taking photos. I'll bring my Polaroid machine and we can take
ooh,
some ourselves. Um,
nice. Yeah,
yeah.
so April wanted me to reiterate that no, she will not be working the event. She's just going to be there.
Yes, I'm not working the
I will be
event.
working, but she won't
I'm a
be.
customer, and we're driving. We're taking two cars down. A bunch of us from Seattle. We're going heading down there. Might be a little late because it takes a while to get down there. So, but we're ready to go. And then like we're gonna go to that diner you guys recommended, Fuller's.
Fuller's, yep.
Yep, we're
It's
gonna
it's
take
a
our
good time.
diner to the diner and eat some delicious crispy hash browns
Oh,
and the stuff that you like. I forgot what you ordered, but anyway.
I think I just what did I order? Now you're tripping me out. Oh, I think I just got pancakes. Probably just got pancakes and side of bacon.
I'm
I don't
so
know. It's
excited.
delicious.
And then I know you guys have the kakimori nibs now, so I don't know if you
And
will still
we
be able
sold
to
out
get them.
really fast, but we're gonna get more this week because I ordered more.
Okay, cool. So it's always nice to go down and see what new things you guys have. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And there may or may not be glass pens that somebody sold me because they didn't want to take them back to Japan for the shop. Just
Ooh!
saying. So those will be in inventory probably tomorrow.
Okay, Polly, are you listening? Just kidding. Our friend Polly loves glass pens. So, um, yeah, I'm so excited. More stationery stuff. There's actually one more thing that we can look forward to, but I can talk about it in our next episode because
Well, what the
it's gonna
heck?
be right before. But I'm heading over to Houston early
Oh
March,
yeah,
meet
yes,
up
you
with
are.
Toasty, and I'll be doing a little plotter trunk show at Drum Goals because Drum Goals is our plotter's first retail partner.
Whoop whoop.
And it was so nice to meet Christine, who's the co-owner of Drum Goals at the
Yeah,
pen
she's super
show.
nice.
She's so nice. So I'm looking forward to that Houston experience you shared last time when you went spontaneously.
Yeah.
The
I
chicken
hope you go to House of
sandwich,
Pies. Oh,
the
and
house of
Whataburger.
pies,
Oh,
and Whataburger, and
honey biscuit
Bucky's.
chicken sandwich.
Ah, yes, that
Honey
one.
butter. No, what is it called? honey
the waffle,
butter biscuit. I don't know. Is the
something
long
chicken biscuit sandwich
so
thingy.
good. Oh my
I'm
god.
s- I'm looking forward to all of that, and then maybe Kirby, which is Christy's
Kirby.
dog in person. But anyway, a lot of things to look forward to, and then for those, I'm just gonna plug it slightly. We'll also go to the Chicago Pen Show. That's my next pen show, and if you're a Plotter fan, you don't want to miss out on that one.
You heard it here first.
No, a lot of people at the California Pen Show heard it there first.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fine.
You heard it here second.
You heard it here at some
Anyway,
point.
it's a good event, and we had a great time this weekend. And sorry we didn't have any more fun journaling stuff to talk about, but I think it's fun to share stories like this. My sad airport story and
Oh my god, I'm so sad for you. That sucks.
just another 12 hours of my life wasted away, but that's fine.
See, I got
I'm
home. My mom drove to the airport and picked me up and dropped me at my place, and then I slept for like 3 hours. It was great.
That's awesome. Yeah. Anyway, that's a wrap for this episode. It was so nice to catch up.
Can you
And
believe that we're
listeners,
leaving now?
and again, I'm April from Penguins Creative.
And I'm Kelly from Kelly Love Letters.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Okay,
Bye,
bye.
Kelly.